Last week, February 3rd, PayPal crashed by about 20% following its Q4 earnings results, and I believe that this marks a structural shift in the fintech landscape. At the same time, as an analyst, I'm less interested in the stock price action and more interested in the reasons for why that happened. Now, one of the main reasons or headlines for this drop was the replacement of the former CEO that was appointed only 1.5 years ago with the new CEO from HP. Now, only the fact that the CEO is being replaced so soon, it's basically a clear admission that the turnaround story that PayPal wanted to make and wanted to sell to investors didn't work out. So today I will discuss the disconnect between the numbers that management is reporting and the reality of the consumer market. And by the way, funny thing is that only a few days before this crash had happened, I was breaking down the buy now, pay later industry on my Seeking Alpha account, and I mentioned PayPal and I explained why a couple of years ago I completely stopped as a consumer using this platform. I stopped using PayPal a really long time ago, about 5 years ago, and the main reason was the commissions of this company, and today we actually see the same sentiment reflecting in the data of the company. So today I will try to answer the question whether PayPal is a value opportunity at 7 times earnings, or maybe this is the company that just deteriorating and doesn't have a way back. So if you bought the stock as it was falling and you hope that the stock will go actually up after the earnings, you are not alone. And we can definitely say that it wasn't a bad move and it wasn't a bad decision. What we see today is the total lack of consensus on the market. And if we open, for example, Seeking Alpha for PayPal, you would see that the quant system or the quantum analysis that this company uses to evaluate different stocks, you would see that Quant currently rates the stock of this company as a sell. At the same time, Seeking Alpha analysts, basically human analysts on the same platform, rate this stock as a buy. Wall Street has a hold rating and they are actually worried that this turnaround story doesn't have a fuel or the power left in it. So in my view, both sides are kind of missing the bigger picture. You can have a very healthy balance sheet, but you can still be losing the war for the market share. And this is exactly where PayPal is right now. PayPal also had been promising this innovation and the turnaround for quite some time now, and it did not materialize. So it's obvious that the market has lost its patience, and with a pretty good reason. Now let's look at the core of the business, online branded checkout, because this was one of the main reasons for the stock drop. So in Q4, this segment grew by only 1, and when you consider the broader growth of e-commerce market, the growth of 1% essentially means the company is losing a market share. And the reason for this is that this market grows so fast that this company should be growing at least with the market growth. If that doesn't happen, it means that other companies eat on PayPal's lunch. And this is actually exactly what happens, for example, in buy now, pay later industry. I wrote an article about this space and I have talked about several companies there, Affirm, Klarna, PayPal, and a few others. And I actually said that we can see that in this space, Affirm is being the one to capture the market share of most of the competitors, including PayPal. How we can see this is not only in the growth of the members, is how engaged their consumers is. They have on average 6.1 transaction per user, which is a lot. And while PayPal has almost 500 million users still, which is good, the users there are not engaged. They're just sitting there as a dead weight. And just recently, just a month ago, I actually figured that I have an account in PayPal since then, since like 2021, and I had even like $100 there that I totally forgot about. And so basically what I did, I just took my money out of it and I did not close my page. So basically they would count me as an active user. So management explained the difficulties of this company with a K-shaped economy, meaning that the upper arm of the society, the high income individuals are only getting richer and middle and low income people are struggling. Now, as an analyst, I have been following retail sector's earnings this quarter, and I've, for example, written analysis on Amazon, on Walmart. By their earnings, I can say that we see the retail resilience and the consumer is not unhealthy, and this would definitely not explain all of the difficulties and headwinds this company has. Talking about the valuation, there are many analysts that claiming that this is at the moment is a deep value play, and people that rate the stock as a buy, as a strong buy. I can definitely understand this math because the company is expected to, for example, make a $6 billion in share repurchases only this year. They are basically maturing into what I can call a utility fintech. But there is a structural problem here. Their transaction margins are being squeezed because their growth is coming from unbranded processing, which is basically a lower margin side of their business, and their high margin branded checkout is stagnant, as we've seen in the previous section of this video. Now, PayPal of course has a huge user base. As I already said, almost 500 million users, which is a lot, but the main metric here wouldn't be the actual user count, but the engagement that this company can show with those users. And if users are only using PayPal when they absolutely have to at a specific merchant, and by the way, this user is totally me, and they're choosing to use Apple Pay or Affirm or any other way of payment with a different merchant, or when they have a choice, this is a huge problem, and it would mean that long-term terminal value of this network starts to decay. You can support a stock price growth with the buybacks only for so long, but if the underlying business struggles, you will not be able to hide it. So in my opinion, PayPal absolutely has to stop whatever they're doing right now and to actually think about the direction in which they want to go. Otherwise, I don't see a bright future for this company. Maybe someone would want, for example, to acquire it since the price is so cheap right now, but that wouldn't be the best case scenario for the investors, of course, of this company. I often talk about only investing in business that you personally find compelling, and PayPal for me has not been a compelling business ever. I did not really like this company. I've used it a few times back in time only because I had to, and I actually used it like a month ago because I also absolutely had to. Besides, I don't see any reason for PayPal to win the market share over Apple Pay, over Affirm, over other buy now pay later companies and other ways of paying online. Now, the transition of the CEO could be a good thing, but at the same time they chose a CEO, a new CEO that comes from the hardware background. He's known for a very good, perfect even execution, but this company doesn't even need the execution right now. It needs a product revolution, it needs innovation, and I'm not sure that this CEO is the best choice for PayPal right now. If this company will not change the approach, if this company will not innovate, this company doesn't stand a chance at the market. And of course we could say that this is a value opportunity, but I don't see an actual reason to call it that, at least at the moment. If, for example, the new management lays out some very interesting roadmap and we would see some update on the analyst day or something like that, I would maybe change my decision then. Right now, this is still a dangerous and very risky stock, in my opinion, to buy, and I would definitely want to hear slightly more from this company to make that decision for myself at least. But of course, I have no idea does the $6 billion in free cash flow makes it a good buying opportunity for you. Maybe you bought and maybe your opinion is entirely different from mine. That's also okay. For this we're here, and don't forget to share that opinion in the comment section. Like this video and subscribe to our channel to help us grow. I will see you on our channel next time. Happy investing!